Welcome to Live at the Blue Box. It's now time for This Week in Geek for April 16th, 2016. Do you know how close I was to saying August 16th? So let's introduce ourselves. Let's start with you.
My name is Edward Lee, co-host of, obviously, This Week in Geek and of Geek Duel.
Geek Duel.
Yes.
All right.
Geek Duel.
You, Cubby.
What?
You're wearing a Cubs shirt.
I know, I'm joking.
It was with a C.
Cubs with a Z.
Cubs with a
And the
Z.
Cubs win, Arietta. Boop. My name is Alil Kanitsa. I do the podcast called the League of Geeks podcast. That's Geeks with a Z. Also, the Nuff Said podcast with Rob.
Hey!
And This Week in
it.
Geek and other shows.
Are you getting paid by the mention? I just want to know.
No, I felt bad when I talked to the guy who did the comic book for S.H.I.E.L.D. and I totally forgot about Nuff Said.
Totally forgot. Well, and we talked to Entertainment Earth this week because they're an affiliate sponsor. We're affiliate sponsor with them. I don't know. And she was saying how League of Geeks has a promotion coming up. Can you talk about it yet?
Yes.
All right.
You guys will get the first dibs. Do we talk about it now? Or talk
Let me just set it up. So she was talking to me about it.
I don't know.
Okay.
And she
I'm
said,
good.
we're going to do the same kind of things with you, and then we'll kind of alternate between you guys and League of Geeks. And she wants us to
more
promote the
likes
heck
than
out of League of Geeks. So there you go, Lil.
Appreciate it.
A little love our way would be nice.
I
for a
have more
change.
likes than everybody.
So let's hear it.
You do.
What's your promotion, Lil?
We are giving away, it's a 4-pack of Star Wars Black Series 6-inch figures. It's a $100 pack. There'll be a review on it on YouTube, on our YouTube page. And also, so you can enter to win on our Facebook page, theleagueofgeeks.com. There's a banner right there where you can enter. It's a great set of figures. It comes with 3 different stormtroopers and a droid figure. It's an amazing 4-pack. My kids won't stop staring at it because I have to I keep telling them to get away from my toys, and they just stare at it. But it's a great 4-pack, especially if you like Star Wars, if you like the 6-inch figure line, and if you don't and you want to give it away, enter the drawing.
Yeah, it's a really cool prize. I mean, it's the kind of thing that whether you want it or not, somebody you know is really gonna want it.
Oh, yeah.
So
Hey, and if you know what you want to enter and you know nobody wants it, then give it to Toys for Tots.
Well, and
It's a $100 figure set. It would be great for somebody. So go to leagueofgeeks.com.
yes, and Alil started their YouTube channel this week.
Yes.
I think it was this week.
This
so
week.
check out their YouTube channel. Is it just youtube.com/c/League of Geeks? Is that you guys?
I would just search League of Geeks on YouTube.
Either that or you know what? It'll be on our stuff. We'll put it in all the show notes so you can find it there. We have a YouTube channel too that's starting to gain steam. So definitely check that out. We're starting to make some new content for it. Awesomeness.
Yeah, because I'm going to be doing some garage sale hunting and some other stuff on the YouTube channel as well.
All right. Boy, a lot of pimping for the geeks.
I love it.
All right. How about you?
American Picker.
You got nothing to
Oh,
promote
I
after
would
that.
love
I don't have anything to promote. My name's Chris Mao.
Except for this amazing...
co-owner of Blue Box Cafe.
Amazing,
Yeah.
yes.
But as I told Lil, I have more likes, so I'm good.
You do.
I am teasing. Co-owner of this I will say great place because I really love it, and co-host of a lot of shows here on Southgate Media Group. So.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. And I'm Rob Southgate. I think we've covered that enough.
Who are you again?
Go to our website, shop at Amazon. All right, so let's jump
Rob
into this.
Amazon Southgate.
You know what? I've been working so hard on these web pages. I've gotten most of them updated with the Amazon thing. We have our T-shirts on there. I'm working on having every show have its own T-shirts. And I just got it with TeePublic, so we now have a storefront where it's not just our shirts, but it's the shirts we think are cool that we can put on there. So lots of cool stuff. I put
Buy
Sean's
the Blue
stuff
Box
on
Cafe
there.
one.
Very cool.
Got to take care of Sean. I actually put the League of Geeks shirt on there, too. So
Biggest seller.
taking care of my boys.
2,
3.
3.
Because
I
I
have
bought
3
one,
kids.
my wife bought one.
So
Nice.
let's do this thing. Who's got one to start us off? A lot of stuff this week. A lot of trailers again this week.
Yeah, a lot of trailers.
But that's because there was CinemaCon happen this week. Did you guys even know about this?
I had no idea.
I never heard of this thing, and it was like my Twitter exploded with it. It was all over everything. I've never heard of this thing.
I haven't either.
No.
But they were showing trailers and flipping cards all over the
Well,
place with this.
we're entering this is the middle of the heavy season, so there's a lot of stuff coming out. I mean, a little talk about Jungle Book. Jungle Book's huge. Even Batman v Superman, all the stuff that's happening. There's still a lot of people hitting the theaters, so I think there's a lot out there.
Well, I'll start with you brought up Jungle Book. I saw the Jungle Book today.
Yeah, and how was it?
The movie was phenomenal. Jungle Book was so good.
It's as good as it
My
looks.
kids all paid attention. It was as good as it looks.
Because it looks.
The CG
really
was spot on. The characters were terrific. The kid who played Mowgli was just amazing. The entire movie was filmed on green screen. He was the only living character in this whole movie, and he acted terrifically. Better than Natalie Portman in the Star Wars trilogy.
Was he as good as Jake Lloyd? Because he did that same thing.
No,
that's
amazing. Amazing. He did a great job. The story, if you know the Jungle Book, you know the story.
Sure.
Bill Murray, oh my God, was terrific as Baloo. King Louis. Christopher Walken was King Louis.
Oh, he is?
Oh my God, I'm sitting there listening. I'm like, is that Christopher Walken? What is going on here? It was terrific.
Awesome.
Gary Shandling is in it. He has
Is
a
he?
voice. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in. That's his final movie, right?
No. Oh,
There's
he did
another
one more.
coming out.
Yeah.
Well, then,
But it was terrific. It was.
don't expect him to show up in 2.
Well, I don't think they're making a sequel.
That's too soon.
They are.
They're making a Jungle Book sequel?
Actually, that's one of my things on here today. Disney has greenlit a sequel. They've got Jon Favreau, and he's directing it. What was it?
I knew there was
Right.
an animated one.
This is a sequel to the Jon Favreau movie. Yes. And it's Jon Favreau's directing it, and I can't think of his partner.
then it's in good hands because Favreau
Justin
did an
Marks.
amazing job.
Justin Marks, who wrote this one, is writing it.
Then
Okay.
it will be great
They
because
have
it was
not said,
phenomenal.
though, if the source material, Rudyard Kipling wrote a second Jungle Book, and it's got 5 Mowgli stories. They said that they're not sure if it's going to be tied to that or if it's going to be something entirely new. But Disney was so happy with this that I guess this deal was inked before the movie came out.
They were smart because this movie was great. This movie will have legs. You know what I mean? It'll open up nice this weekend. It'll go
But
the
it's
next
going
few
to make
weeks.
a fortune because
Civil War will come out and knock everything down. But the thing is this thing will hang around because it's a PG movie. It's got a great story, great act. I mean,
just a
my
great
kids
movie.
all thought the animals were real. That's how
Spoiler.
perfect they were. But I mean, they're all CG.
Yeah.
It's
No, I know.
Yeah,
everything was
They look
perfect.
amazing.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
It was great. And
Are you going to see
like
this
I
one,
said,
Edward?
I have no idea.
I'm totally seeing
for
this
me, it
one.
comes to a toss-up
Molly, you want to
of-
see this one? Yes. Yeah, man.
It seems awesome. I've always liked the Jungle Book. I just
So what
get
else?
around to seeing it.
I got a trailer. As long as we're talking about things that
All right.
have legs. Did you guys see the trailer that was on MTV Movie Awards for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them?
yeah, I actually saw it in the
Yeah,
big
holy-
screen.
Holy crap! I watched this thing 4 times in a row. I cannot wait. David Yates directed it.
He did the first couple, right?
No, he did the last few.
The last
Harry Potters.
couple. The first ones were Chris Columbus.
Okay. I know he
David
did some
Yates did just a great job with the final
Yates
ones.
did 4, 5, 6.
And
He did Half Blood
7 and
Prince and
7?
then the 2 Deathly Hallows ones.
Yeah,
right?
the 2 Deathly Hallows. This thing looks amazing. We saw another trailer when we saw Batman. Didn't we see one that night, or did I
Yes,
see
Yeah,
it?
there was
You're
a there was
correct.
a
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
the first one was really
It was good.
First one was a teaser.
I was
It was
excited
just
about
the
it,
logo that popped up.
but this trailer,
oh yeah.
I am.
Yeah, Fantastic Beasts
Yeah.
was great.
I wasn't really excited for the Fantastic Beast with the first 2 trailers because I'm not a big of a fan of Harry Potter, and I thought it was just going to be something in the same world with a bit of a tiebacks.
He might be too.
But I didn't know if I was going to like it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this trailer. I like how they did a little bit of the tie-in to Harry Potter movies.
Well, yeah, it
But
was
the
great
rest
because
is just-
it's. I don't want to say it's a prequel because it's really not, but it is earlier. What is it?
It's-
25 years earlier? Or
No, this is like the 20s.
years
isn't it?
earlier?
No,
Yeah.
no. Dumbledore's alive. They mentioned Dumbledore in the
Yeah.
In the thing,
but
he was headmaster.
Dumbledore's.
Yeah, but I don't think
they don't say he's a headmaster.
Or they say he was
just say Dumbledore's in there.
at Hogwarts.
He was a teacher before.
Right.
He was a teacher, they said.
So, I mean, I would say maybe 30, 40 years before, maybe somewhere around there.
All I know is I watched this thing and I was like, please, I need, like I need a Star Wars every year and Marvel movies, I need these.
Well, they're ramping up the whole Potter world.
Please, I love
they're
it.
explaining all the houses of magic in different parts of the
know,
country.
they've got like, what is it, like 10 houses they set up or 7 houses?
I want to say it was 4 or 5.
Okay,
was
I
it? But
could be
yeah.
wrong.
No, there
what
wasn't
are
much.
you talking about?
Yeah.
There's only 4 houses.
Well, no, because we already knew of, 3? And then they added another, like...
They added another 4, so maybe it is 6 or 7.
So 7, yeah. Okay.
I mean, we knew of 3.
During the Triwizard
There
Tournament.
was...
Oh, you don't mean how? You mean okay?
They added 3 or 4.
I got what
You're talking about, like...
I thought you meant the houses in the Hogwarts.
Gryffindor.
No.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
talking about the schools of
We're
magic.
talking
I got you. So
schools.
schools
and
of
all their
magic,
different
yeah.
rules and stuff. Because apparently the American or the North American wizards
one.
don't use wands; that they do it all by voice and by hand gestures.
And they're tied into Native Americans.
Right, and it's Native Americans and
Pretty
like
cool.
shaman and stuff. It's supposed to be great.
Oh wow.
Yeah, bring it all the time.
And they call them nomad, like instead of
I
muggles,
totally
they call them
want
nomads here and
Harry
stuff.
Potter all the time.
Yeah.
Totally. You know what else? I want more Marvel because that Doctor Strange trailer.
You mean Inception with
Oh yes.
Benedict Cumberbatch?
Which is fine.
No,
I'll
it's
take
great.
Marvel's.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take Marvel's take on Inception.
I will, too.
Did you guys expect it? I mean, I did. First of all, I didn't. know
I
the
did
trailer was
expect
that
it
rough.
because it's directed by I can't remember his name now. Who did a lot of those horror movies? It's
And I looked it up
kill
too.
me.
I can't think of who it is. I'll look
It's
it
gonna
up.
kill me on his name, but that's all right. But the director, he has like that visual style, so I knew they were going with something like that.
wasn't
Like
Nolan,
it's gonna be. No, it's not Nolan.
I know because he did Inception, right? Nolan.
Right, Nolan did
No.
Inception.
So I mean, yes, you see that one scene where it looks like Inception.
Yeah, it looks
but
like
it's not
the
going to be
cities
that.
are
One.
folding on each
It's like
other.
half of the trailer looks
Well,
like
it
Inception.
is.
But it looks
What's great in that is you can see him falling through.
Right.
So take Inception, but have somebody falling through it. Amazing.
And counteract Interstellar, where he's falling.
Yes. I watched
All right.
this
That would
I
be
think I
great.
watched-
Oh my
this
God,
one.
McConaughey!
I think I watched this one enough to actually have seen the film. Like I watched 2 hours worth of this already. I loved it so much.
I thought it was great. I'm excited for Doctor Strange.
I love what it's going to do too. I mean, the possibilities of what it can do to the MCU.
Well,
are
and
just
here's the thing.
amazing.
So
Oh my.
the MCU's they're already talking about after Phase 3.
Right.
So Phase 4 is up in the air, and now the rumors are coming out because Kevin Feige, on top of naming the Spider-Man movie as Spider-Man: Homecoming,
We'll get to that.
talking about Ant-Man and Wasp, talking about all these changes that they've made, and kind of pushing out the Inhumans because now they're not really sure what they want to do. They have movies lined up.
They
but
will
they might
do
change.
the Inhumans, but it's not. It looks like it might not hit Phase 3.
It might not hit Phase 4.
No, it might not hit
They
phase 4.
they added Spider-Man and they added
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Ant-Man and Wasp, and
And you want to end it on an Avengers movie.
right, and they're going to end it with Infinity
With
War.
Infinity Wars.
Scott Dickerson.
Yeah.
Right when you said Scott, I'm like, Dickerson. All right, yep. That was the director for Doctor Strange. Amazing.
Derrickson.
Amazing. Derrickson, yeah.
amazing.
Same thing.
And now that we've seen this, I'm
Well-
like, well, Phase 4 better have a Doctor Strange in it.
Well, it will, and that's the thing. Like, you're probably going to see like a new Avengers. What we think
A new
of,
team? Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, definitely.
Thor will be gone. Hulk.
Well,
maybe,
wait. In Infinity War, it's 2 parts. The first part, we're going to see new Avengers. The second part, those
We
guys
don't know
are going to
about
be
new
back.
Avengers. We don't know what's
Correct,
going to
yeah.
happen in Civil
Yeah.
War yet.
Does Doctor
No,
Strange?
we're
I
gonna
don't know.
see-
Does Doctor Strange do
I'm not
space?
saying we're going to see the same new Avengers. It's not going to be Iron Man, Thor, Hawkeye.
No.
We don't know that yet.
It's not in the first one.
We don't know
Well,
that.
we do a
I've
show
had.
about Marvel. We talk about this all the time.
I
I'm
agree,
right.
and I still say we don't know that because
I'm right all the time.
Mark my words.
exactly that's Rob.
coming.
Mark my
It's coming.
words. What's her
No,
face
you
is
watch.
coming back
That's
from
how
the
it's gonna
dead.
work. That's exactly how it's going to work. The first one is not going to be all of those characters.
We're
It's gonna be
saying
a
that
setup.
because of contracts.
The second,
I still don't.
No, I'm
I
not
don't.
saying
I
it
still
for
don't
that. I'm
believe
saying
that.
it from a logical standpoint. The second one, you bring back those original Avengers into the mix. Now you've got an Avengers movie. That's when it's going to happen.
And then
the
kill
first
'em.
one. The first one is going to be a lot of other characters with maybe like. I don't even know if Iron Man's going to be in that other than a short
Here's the
bit.
thing. Here's the problem with that is So the new characters, so it's going to be Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Spider-Man, Ant-Man, and Wasp. You know, like that. There's
You
no.
think that's
there's
going to be the Avengers? Of the
There's
first?
no mesh. But like, so what are the other
I
new
don't think that's-
characters?
I don't-
What about Ultron? Won't Ultron make the
Maybe
pass over
Vision.
to?
Vision.
Or Vision?
The Vision?
Yeah, sorry. You know what I
Ultron's
mean.
dead.
Ultron's dead. Sorry.
Well, we think he's dead.
Well, he's not dead.
He's never dead.
Well,
He's AI.
he was debodied, is what he was. So.
Yes.
No, okay. Getting away what's going to happen in Infinity War, they're saying that they're going to change the landscape of Marvel movies going forward after Phase 3.
Well, and I think
After
Doctor
Infinity
Strange
War-
causes that to happen.
But if you're talking about going from like the Thor, Iron Man, Hulk version into the new version, of course, because they've started all these properties. They've got a million successful properties that they can branch off of. Do you think that's the
they
change?
could
Do you
also,
think-
but they could also
And which I
branch
think is
off
great.
with these and start doing some other things. They could keep that core Avengers group and start doing other things, just like they're doing with the Netflix ones, because they announced this week about
Defenders.
the showrunners for Defenders.
Oh yeah.
So if you guys watch the Netflix Marvel stuff, Jessica Jones,
Daredevil.
Daredevil, yeah, it's all awesome.
Season 2
right?
is so good.
What?
Daredevil Season 2.
Oh,
For
yeah.
those of you,
So
like
good.
Martha doesn't know this,
Barenthal's
but these
unbelievable.
characters all mesh and become a group
So
called the
ridiculous.
Defenders.
They're all going to be in.
They
Wizard World.
Defender.
I didn't
know.
know this originally. They announced the
David
4
Duchovny.
series, but when they announced those 4 series, they had an inked deal for a 5th shorter series called The Defenders. This week they announced the showrunners for The Defenders. They started giving some time frames of when things are going to happen. I can't wait. And I think when they go into Phase 2 on Netflix, which they will, we could possibly have a Heroes for Hire where it's Luke Cage and Iron Fist. That way they don't have to do 2. They can do that, which would be awesome. We're not going to get into all that. I'm telling you, I know, I have a feeling what's going to happen. Punisher,
Geekstradamus.
Heroes for Hire, and then some other things. Yes, Geekstradamus is in the house. All right, what else do we have? Edward, you haven't even spoken tonight.
Well, it's
Time for Edward's Magic Corner.
magic. Oh, sure. I actually do have some.
Should we do it?
gathering stuff. Sure.
Edward's
Oh, yeah, I
Magic.
didn't know we
ahead.
had any.
Edward's Magic
Actually
Corner
do.
with me.
So
We had a Lil's Marvel Corner there for a moment.
this
There's
is
still more Marvel talk.
Oh,
I
there's
can
Yeah,
keep
we
it
got
up.
more.
There's
this
a
is
ton.
a bit late, but they did some they banned and restricted some cards on April 4th. They banned for modern.
Wait, they banned
Yes,
cards like
they-
from tournament play?
Yes, they banned certain cards
Because
from
they have to
tournament
nerf
play
their.
because
ridiculousness.
if they try to do more cards and they don't realize how good they can be, they will restrict it so the whole
Because
standard
like a card may
tournament
come out and it's too
just-
powerful, or it's
They didn't balance
Well,
it. They put a
well,
lot. They put a lot of those cards.
Most
out.
of these are old cards that they're recycling
Okay.
into modern
Yeah.
and pretty much vintage.
They'll be
But the
here.
thing
I
with
know.
modern
I'm
is
gonna talk about it.
that modern ends at a certain point, so there's
Taking
not
the day
the
off, I'm
older
gonna-
cards that have too much ability and power with them.
okay.
One of the things that is banned is Eye of
bring
Ugin,
a
which is
drum
a
set for
legendary
the place.
land with the Zendikar expansions, which is an older land that they brought back with an expansion that they did with Zendikar and the other one of this set.
You know,
And
we
they
won't
did-
know what it is.
No,
I
and
don't
they
know
did,
what you're talking about.
Ancestral Vision, which is a very powerful 3-draw spell.
And
Which
they banned this one.
they banned this one in Modern.
Now, have you ever played in a tournament?
No,
Do you want to?
I'm not.
Are you going to college for it?
No, I'm not. I'm not of the ability of paying a certain amount of
Such a
getting the
jerk.
darts
You're
playing
such a jerk.
tournaments.
I'm talking about to Rob.
Rob, not you, Edward.
Not
Of
you.
course. And they did a.
We know you love your little cards there.
Oh, actually, sorry.
I love it. I love playing it. I think it's a fun game.
I'm wrong. Ancestral Vision is unbanned.
Didn't I beat you when you tried to play with me?
That's
Because
because
I
let
rock?
you
Because
win.
I rock the house?
Because you
So
like to
they-
beat kids?
they-
What's wrong with you?
They banned Eye of Ugin and they unbanned Ancestral Vision and sort of the Meek. Both of them they banned. And
Now, where do you get
apparently-
this information? Are you on like magic.net or something? I'm serious. I'm not trying to make fun. I'm asking.
It's magicspoiler.com, which
It-
actually takes the news from.
Because
cool.
people that listen to this,
That
I'm sure
takes-
there are Magic
sure.
players. We have them that sit here.
They usually take the news from Wizards of the Coast and then they release it onto their sites.
So it's
They do
magicspoiler.com.
correct.
All
they
right.
do all the stuff for the new things. And for vintage, the only thing that they restricted is Lodestone Golem. Restricted means you can only have one or two in a deck.
Okay.
It's not banned. You can only have one of them. Same thing as Black Lotus.
So you can't have like a Golem army.
Correct. What this golem does is here's what you want to know. He's a 4 for 5/3, that make non-artifact spells cost 1 more, which means you can cast them for a very heavy power card and make your opponents wait more turns to play their creatures.
Oh, okay. So it's like a
Correct.
holding spell almost.
Correct. And in Vintage, it's used if you have late game. Of course.
No, Chris.
I'm listening, actually.
As soon as I
Chris
see
knows
it,
what this
it's
is.
just
I was about to take a
A
nap.
little-
Lil started
checked out
watching
at-
Full House on Netflix over there.
if
Fuller House.
It's
If you-
Fuller House.
Fuller Sweater is what it really is.
the only thing is in Vintage on the higher tiers,
I'm not complaining.
you don't go farther into turn 4.
Welcome to this
You
week in
really
sexism.
don't. You get to turn 1, turn 2, and you usually win by either turn 2 or turn 3.
All right.
So this is they
Nice.
just restricted it to a little bit, and they banned Ayavugan, which makes sense. It's a very, very good legendary.
Now, do you have any of these
land.
cards?
I do not, because most of these cards cost about $100. I believe Ancestral Vision costs actually
Got a
more
birthday
than
coming
that.
up? A Lil's looking for a gift for you.
$200. If you want to give me a gift, give me a Black Lotus.
I don't know what that
Duly
means.
noted.
It is a
This is the only
thousands of dollar cards.
The $100,000 car might be cheaper than the card.
Okay.
All right.
All righty.
Excellent. Is that it for Edward's Magic Corner?
That is it.
We're closing the door on Edward's Magic Corner now.
We're closed.
All right. Who's got one? Look at him.
Wait,
He
wait,
got
wait.
applause.
There's a door to a corner.
Was it my mom? Of course.
There's
I don't
There's a
don't
door
understand.
to a portal.
I don't understand how your
we
corner
put up
works.
a
It
door.
was Edward's mom.
Is that just a room?
Just came in, clapped, and left.
All right.
later.
Edward's awesome.
As she's driving through.
All right. Who's got one?
Well,
No
I got,
marble.
I got some
So-
rumors,
Rumors.
and the only reason I'm bringing these rumors
This is the
up
final episode of Twig.
is it because it kind of involves people here.
Oh,
Rumors are like, again, the internet says it's not happening. It is happening. There's rumors that they're filming Step Brothers 2 in Elgin.
Part of it here, yes.
so you're implying that a couple of us are stepbrothers? Is that what you're
No.
implying?
The Nina, the Pinta. No,
yes.
yeah. So
Did we just become best
and and the story is supposed to be that they're living together in an apartment in Elgin.
Right over there in Elgin,
Shut
Illinois.
up.
No, seriously, in Elgin, Illinois.
Shut up.
Yeah.
We need to contact them.
Adam
and
McKay
get them
is-
in
is
here
like
for
from
Live
the
at Blue
area.
Box. Huh?
Adam McKay is, I think, from the
Yes.
area.
We
And
totally
C.
need to reach
C.
out
Thomas
to
Riley's from Chicago.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is
C. Riley,
awesome.
Thomas Riley. I can't.
Speaking of Step Brothers, I made a comment about Step Brothers today that I don't know if anyone else has heard this. It hit me, and the person I said it to said, "Oh my God, you just ruined the movie." The end of Batman Superman is actually Step Brothers. If you watch that, watch what they say to each other. Why'd you say Martha? That's my mom's name. Did we just become best friends? Do you want to build a fort? I mean, it's exactly that.
It's not that, but. And trust me, I don't like Batman v Superman,
When you
but
have
it's
enough
not
of
that.
this, it is.
I actually do have news about Batman
You
versus Superman.
literally need to just get off
Edward's
your
Batman corner.
trolling and hating wagon.
Wait,
and
wanna-
I'm usually the hater. Like
Oh no, you're hating plenty. But
I know, but
He's enabling today.
I want to talk about that for a second. So it's a rumor that they're doing this,
right. Like,
or
there's
do you
nothing
know something
official.
inside?
No, I don't know anything inside, but I have heard
The internet is blown up for a period of time. Then there's some refuted reports.
It's not going to happen.
But where there's smoke, there's fire.
It's a hoax.
Is it?
Oh, Lil.
Really? They're going to film in Ontario?
they film it always there. It's
What about the
cheaper.
Blue Box wine mixer? Is that going to be in it?
Oh
We'll
my
be there.
god!
I'm
the
going
Blue Box wine
later.
mixer.
Later.
All right, well then I'm going to film my sequel if it's not.
Step Bros.
Step
With
Bros.
a Z. Step
With a
Brothers
Z.
with a Z.
Bros.
Yo.
No one is ever going to watch that except for
Starring Kevin Smith. And
these three.
What?
Hey, that's 3 tickets sold.
So what? All right. What is your news?
So
Edward's Batman corner.
So they released Batman vs Superman pics of before CG and after CG with
Yeah.
the movies. It was interesting. I actually thought it was they used a bit more practical props
Than you
CG.
thought they were going to
Yeah.
use? Yeah, they did.
I didn't have a problem with the movie of so much CG.
But
It's an
that's the
action
trend,
movie
even
of-
like in Star Wars,
I-
they use a lot of stuff.
But here's the thing, though. I didn't hear anything bad about the CG.
No.
Too
No,
much
the
use of
effects were
CG.
cool in
No,
it.
the effects were
It
fine.
was just the story was garbage.
And
Wait, what? Well, Doomsday was terrible. He was worse than the Abomination in the 2008 Hulk movie.
Terrible.
Yeah, that was bad.
I mean, that's how you go
And-
back 8 years and you can't do better than that. It was terrible.
What?
Who directed the Batman vs Superman movie?
Zack Snyder.
All right, I was right.
Yeah.
So Zack Snyder released that they could have seen from Batman v Superman that was too dark.
Yeah.
They could have seen that was him trying to find
Him trying to find his
Martha.
mom.
Correct. And all around
Wait,
him,
why did
he
you say that
hears-
name? That's my wife's
He,
name.
He hears
He
all
tries-
the crime with
Correct.
the super hearing flying around the city, and he can't locate her because of wherever they got her. But it's not like they had her in a lead-lined bunker. They just had her in some place.
But-
That Batman just swooped right in.
Yeah. The reason why they didn't do
Dumb.
that
Batman's
is because
smart.
I spoiled the movie. Spoiler.
If yeah,
You don't want to
Spoiler.
see it.
really.
Spoiler, it's dumb.
If Superman heard all the crime going around saying that he's not hoping to fix anyone because he cannot be everywhere at once.
Right. He said that in the
lets
movie, didn't he?
A bunch of crime happen, and he just doesn't do anything to
But
stop
we-
it.
But
even though
doesn't
he has
fly
super,
fast enough to turn the world backwards? Oh,
even
no, that
though
was
he
the
doesn't
other
have
Superman movie.
super speed.
was stupid, man.
But apparently he doesn't have X-ray vision, right?
What?
No, he has laser
No, they-
vision. He doesn't have
In the
X-ray.
movie,
He
does
has
he
a
have
laser
X-ray
vision
vision?
this time.
Not in the movie,
Not in the movie. He doesn't use it.
which was
But he
really
could-
annoying.
Didn't
But
he
hold
look
on.
at Batman and tell him what color his
He
underwear
could,
was?
he could hear everything, though. He could sense everybody.
But he couldn't have.
Whatever.
why
It's,
didn't-
Zack Snyder's going to make up a bunch of garbage. Then he's saying that the movie was 4 hours long, and now the rated R cut is going to come to theaters because they want to make extra money because it made garbage.
They need to.
And everybody's like, "Oh, it made $800 million." Well, guess what? When a movie costs $400 million with
Sure.
marketing, that's not making money.
Right.
You're actually
Well, no.
going to.
It is, but it isn't. And that's that. It's not the mega hit. It's not.
No, you're
Not
you're
bad.
making pennies on the dollar, which
Right.
is not a great investment for a
Oh
movie.
no,
studio.
I don't disagree with that. You're right. 'Cause the economics of it are messed up. But there was,
here's the
there was
other
an
thing.
interesting article about it, how the evolution of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where the first Iron Man did $375 million, considered a runaway hit. Now, obviously, it costs a lot less to make, but it still costs $150 to make.
It actually made 318, 640 worldwide.
Right,
But again, when your budget is 120
right.
million,
It's a big difference.
and your marketing is 20 to 50 million
Right.
around there, you're
Oh, it
just like
was huge.
Deadpool right now. I mean, Deadpool is killing it.
Oh yeah, well, because it
Because
costs
$58 million
$3
to make.
to make. Yes.
And they went guerrilla on the marketing. It was Ryan Reynolds running around in his tights doing
Sure.
weird stuff.
Well, they did it the guerrilla marketing way with the emojis on billboard. I mean,
Best thing they could do.
It was fantastic. So,
Best thing they could
but that's
do.
what they were hitting, that demographic, and plus they cut their audience by a third or
Right.
by half because they did the R rating.
All
so.
right, yeah, but
Oh
people
no,
are
I
still
don't.
seeing
I
it.
don't disagree with that because we're talking about that. This article I read was talking about the first $1 billion Marvel movie was the first Avengers,
Right.
And it took 5 or 6 movies to get to there. And I understand that the
yeah,
economics
and
are
DC
different.
set it up that they have to hit
They-
that
they had
or it's
to.
a failure.
Right, and
but
it
it's
is.
also the
We're
DC
not debating
stuff
that.
is filmmaking by committee.
Sure.
That's where the essential problem is with what they do.
Oh yeah.
And that's why Marvel did that, why Disney did that shakeup and got rid of the committee, because that's what was starting to happen with Marvel. That's why Ant-Man started to fall apart. It was movie making by committee. And Disney, who you would think is all about the committee, said, nope. We're not going to do it that way. And
Well,
look
hold
what's
on.
happening.
Disney
Cap
either does
2
committee-
Cap 3 is getting amazing reviews.
It's either they do it by committee and make all of the the cartoon movies and all that stuff and just kind of cookie cutter it out and then just make $1 zillion and do let Pixar do it, or they put their faith in one person and let that person go, like when Eisner did it. Eisner just did what he wanted and said,
Right.
we're going to do this, and that's it. It wasn't 10 people saying, oh, we think this, we think that. He goes, no, we want to make this movie, let's go.
Right, well, that's what John Lasseter is doing with the Pixar end of it.
Right.
And he's guiding the Disney stuff, the Disney films now. And look at what happened. I mean, that what was that movie we just saw? Martha?
Zootopia.
Zootopia was fantastic.
Phenomenal.
That is a Disney film.
Another terrific movie.
led by John
Unbelievable.
Lasseter.
Yeah.
He's the main
Well,
name
Lasseter,
on
I
it.
mean, he's been doing a lot of this stuff even behind the scenes. When you're
Well, that's
looking at
'cause
the
he's
stuff.
head of Disney
He's
now
had
with that.
he's had his hand in Frozen. He's had his hand in Tangled. He's even an underrated movie for me. I love Meet the Robinsons. If you haven't
I love
seen
that
that
movie.
That was
love
good.
that movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie. You guys ever see Meet the Robinsons?
It's so under. But somebody talks about it. I'm like, this is such a great movie.
They know that those are cash cows. They're gonna make money. They can keep churning them out and keep paying for a lot of stuff.
She's even doing the T-Rex. I love the T-Rex in that movie.
Well, you know what? You get that. You get the initial box office. You get all the toys with it because they have the marketing machine to do the toys. Then you get the video, and then they're in the rotation of videos. It's like we'll just put another bucket on the Ferris wheel that picks up cash every time it comes up.
Hey, can we get a Ferris wheel like that?
I wish we could.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
Well, I mean, they're lucky. Another thing, like going back to this, like Marvel, DC stuff, is and we've talked about it before. Disney and Marvel got really lucky. Well, not Disney, but Marvel got really lucky because of the Iron Man and Jon Favreau thing that we have talked about before. Where without that, without Blade before, without the good and the bad Spider-Man,
broke with Iron Man.
Sure. Well, and they didn't put that much in. I mean, they rolled the dice on $100 million, which they could absorb, and they came up aces. They really came up snake eyes and did it.
You hit with a rock star in Downey Jr.
Sure.
Who at that point he
was done though.
Nobody wanted to touch him.
Right.
They had to beg, plead, take out insurance policies because it wasn't going to if
Favreau said that was it or that it was Downey or nothing, right? Isn't that what it came down
to?
That's
what Favreau, And they hit. You roll. But the thing is you look at that, then you look at the next movie that came out a couple months later, The Incredible Hulk, and it was okay.
It was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great.
If that was your first movie, would you have a cinematic universe?
No,
probably not.
No. Well, they did get lucky, and they couldn't have done Iron Man without Blade being two good movies.
Two good ones
and one horrible one. But still, I mean, people went to see 3. I don't think it lost money.
And I love the first 2, and I did not
3
see 3.
3 is horrific. I mean, I just watched it. Blade. Because, Blade to bring the comic book characters into the forefront.
Blade was 98. So, Blade, I don't think had anything with Iron Man. I think what hit with Iron Man, because if you look at where Kevin Feige came from, he was working on the first Spider-Man movie.
Right.
He was with Avia Rod and those guys at Sony.
Yeah, but they had bad Spider-Man before they did Iron Man, right?
They had Spider-Man 3 came out in 2007. But you had Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2, which were mega hits.
Are these Toby or...
And Spider-Man 2 is arguably one of the best superhero films,
in my opinion.
No, it was good. That's Doc Ock, right?
Yeah, Doc Ock. Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah.
And then you also had other
digress into this again.
But you had other fledgling movies in there as well.
Didn't we do this same conversation like a week ago?
He wasn't here.
Oh, that's why.
You and I did it. So
I love talking about it.
But when they come, it brings the point when they come.
Pages of news.
They do. They come up and they talk about the DC failure, and they did, and it is a failure, but the numbers are so skewed because of what happened with Marvel and the $1 billion that you have to come up with it. Look at Star Wars. It's a huge success. Oh, but it's not 2 or 3 billion, which people could have thought.
Well, it was 2 billion.
I know it was 2.6?
No, 2.1.
Yeah, it felt just short of what people were hoping for, but it's
ridiculous.
I said this when Star Wars came out, because people were like, and people who are on my show, that I do, who all said it was going to be $3 billion, and I'm like, for a movie to do that, Avatar was in the theater for an entire year.
Right.
Disney doesn't need to wait for that money because guess what? They're going to pump these DVDs out.
Oh, sure.
they're going to make a flood.
Look at the stores. They're sold out.
Their merchandising money's more.
Millions of DVDs came out, millions of toys. They don't care because guess what? Rogue One's right down the corner.
Right.
Well, and they didn't need to do it also because they didn't hit big in China. They didn't hit big in Eastern Europe, and they didn't hit big in Japan. Star Wars was okay, but they didn't hit big Pacific Rim like Avatar. Avatar was huge over the Pacific Rim. Star Wars wasn't. They're kind of like, it's not Godzilla. So,
I'm shifting gears because you brought it up.
Yes.
James Cameron this week announced 4 sequels to Avatar. I'm going to suggest if you're going to launch 4, maybe start with one good one, and then you could go with 4.
So this is Avatar: The Last Airbender, or is it with?
No, it's Avatar.
No,
with the blue guy.
The Last Airbender? Who's talking about that?
Edward
Are you
is.
bringing Shyamalan Ding Dong into it? We didn't bring
My
M. Night Shyamalan.
He wants to do the sequel.
I know he does.
So they did. Yeah, he does. So he announced 4. They're going to come out with one in 2018, one in 2020, 2022, and 2024.
This is going to be old man Sam Water?
But they've no. What they said. This is the weird thing.
Sigourney Weaver's going to be 100.
originally when they said there were going to be 3 sequels, now it's expanded to 4. But they said that they were going to be, it was true sequels following this story. But if you read the article where it had him talking about this, he said they are 4 standalone movies in that universe.
So do you think it is?
So is it Sam? Is it that whole thing? Is it the Na'vi? What is it?
It could possibly be them just getting different bodies of
Yeah,
people
well,
going into.
Well, he
the
can't. How can he do that now?
If they were creating
Here's what they're
different
gonna do.
avatars in different alien species,
Mark my
that would
words.
be interesting.
Exactly.
But write a
Mark
story.
my words. They stole Pocahontas for the first one. They're taking Mulan for the second. And then they're just going to go
Frozen's
to
gonna be the
those
third.
those middling
No, it's-
Disney cartoons. They're just going to redo them.
It was Dances with
Then
Wolves.
it's Hunchback of the Notre Dame.
It was Dances with
It was
Wolves or
Dances with
Last of the
Wolves.
Mohicans.
I think it was more Pocahontas with the Tree of Life and all that kind of stuff.
Well, it had elements, but it was definitely Dances with Wolves.
It wasn't Terminator.
And you know what? I think you're right. I don't
And
think
then
they're going
Arnold
to doing,
comes in.
I don't think they're doing Mulan, but they might.
Right.
I
was just joking.
No, but I think they are going to follow that model. I think that he's
Watch
just
it
going to
turn
fall
out to be
back on stories like
if it's right, you hear it here first.
one of these movies is going to be The Magnificent Seven. One of
Sure.
them is going to be The Great Escape. One of them is going. That's what he's going to do with these 4 movies. We've seen these movies, even though I saw that trailer for Magnificent Seven and I want to see it so bad
Yes.
I can't stand it. But that's what he's doing. I think that visually these things are great. I'm not a big Avatar fan. I thought it was going to be great, and it was just kind of okay.
I think the problem now with Avatar is it is so far from that
It
3D
is.
push that we've gotten so much good movies out that it's not gonna
better-
do 2.7.
you better have some hella good writing on this.
Yeah, and he's not.
Right. No, he won't.
Otherwise, it's going to be all. But he's
Cameron-
already talking about the technology.
Cameron's
what's the
had
technology?
2.
That's all it's
oh,
about.
Okay, 3. I'll give you Titanic. I still hate that movie. But 3 good movies that have had good writing.
think of
That's
2 reasons I
Aliens
like
and
that
Terminator 2.
And that's 3 more than almost everybody else has.
I'm already talking about Spielberg's had more.
Well, yeah, 5 people. I mean,
Scorsese. I mean, we
well, yeah,
Richard Linklater.
Richard Linklater. All right. Speaking of,
See?
so
Everybody wants some. Yep.
Terrible.
All
No,
right,
but I'm
are
just
we
saying,
done?
like,
Sure.
What do you got,
go
Edward?
ahead. Go ahead, Edward.
I got something.
Let's talk more about Yu-Gi-Oh cards or whatever you were talking
This
about.
is about Kevin Hart.
So the Mission Impossible 6 is going to be filming in
Yes.
fall with Tom Cruise.
I mean, we knew it was inevitable, but
Yeah.
this was the first
Filming
I
with
heard him
what?
announced.
Impossible 5
Without
was an
Tom Cruise?
amazing,
No, with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, with Tom Cruise.
Of course.
With.
are they going to
Yeah.
strap him to a space shuttle and launch him into space?
Yeah.
this
I
time?
thought-
That'd
I
be
thought-
see
great.
his head explode?
Mission Impossible 5 was an
No,
amazing.
it'll stay the same.
Yeah,
That's
I
all.
thought 5 was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
So,
His
Hold
hair
on.
doesn't move the whole time.
I'm down with this.
4 was horrendous.
no,
5.
4 was
No,
great. The
yeah,
Ghost Protocol? That was
Ghost Protocol,
great.
yeah.
Oh no,
Three
three
is
was
the
bad.
one.
3 was
4 was okay. 4 was decent. 5 was great.
2 was awful.
Yeah.
That was the one
No,
where he had
2
the
is
mullet.
the bad one. 3 was good.
No,
Which
No,
one's
that's
3?
the one. 3 is the one with that had the
The
great
bomb
villain.
up the-
It's Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, 3 was the
I'm
one
gonna
that
kill-
JJ did.
I'm not going to kill you first.
Abrams
I'm going
did
to
it.
kill your
It was
whole
all right.
family first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Make you, and then I'm going to kill you. But then I'm going to kill some of them after you're dead, just so you know.
just exactly.
And then
Excellent.
I'm gonna monologue like every other villain.
It was great, man. Yeah, but
Monologue,
he was tied up when he was
monologue.
monologuing. It was great.
So is James Bond every time somebody's monologuing
Oh,
and
yeah.
he gets out.
Yes. Well, I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought 2 was terrible. I think they've just gotten better. I thought 5 was fantastic. So
5 is really good. I hope they
They need more Ving Rhames.
I hope they
is
go
all I
along
have
with
to
the
say.
same path.
everything needs more Ving Rhames. Everything's
more
better
Vings,
with Ving
uh,
Rhames
So
in
the
it.
ball gag would be great.
Did you guys see the trailer for Good Kids?
Yeah.
Nope.
No, don't tell me you thought it was good.
No.
It's all right.
Who's in this? What is
No,
this?
it's-
By the producers of American Pie. And
Yeah.
I watched it. It started
It's-
out okay, and then
it's
by the
popcorn.
end of it,
It's
I was
popcorn.
so done with it.
It's so. But
Did you watch it, Edward?
I can't remember if I did.
Oh, you
I think I
remember
did.
the Red Band trailer?
It's
I think I did. I just can't remember it.
it's American Pie 7 without
I
anybody
remember
good.
it.
Yeah. Although Stifler's in it.
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah. Not as Stifler, but
No, he's in. Yeah.
He's in
the
it.
guy that you can't cast in anything.
which,
So-
which I just saw him. I just realized it was him. Did you guys watch Always Sunny? You don't watch it. Do you guys watch Always Sunny?
No.
I can't believe you don't watch this show. It's so funny.
That's what I keep being told.
It is great. Well, the one character is Mac, and they were having Mac Day. There's an episode called Mac Day where everything he says they all have to do, and they're all like, "Oh, you're the worst." And his cousin comes the same day, and he's Country Mac, and it's Stifler.
Is it?
Yeah, and of course he's everything Mac is. He does all the same stuff, but he's awesome. And they're just like, can we trade?
Can we trade
Mac for
Max?
Country Mac?
Country Mac for up there. So,
Awesome.
Did you see the Godzilla resurgence?
Oh my God, yes! Did you watch it?
You're wearing a Godzilla T-shirt, so I would.
Yes!
I would hope
It's-
you've seen it.
It's the new Toho Godzilla movie. It looked awful. It looked terrible and incredible at the same time.
Incredibly bad.
It looked like a bad movie.
It looked like
You know what?
It's like straight to channel
I'm
32.
Done. I'm
Yes.
done with
No, no, it's-
Godzilla after that
Well, no,
last garbage
hold on.
that I saw.
This
No,
isn't
this
like
is
they're trying to make it
Toho.
modern. This is like 1970s.
This
bad,
is-
like
but
it's
running
the
around.
actual-
Cardboard boxes that are
No,
being knocked
running
over
around
as
the
buildings.
nuclear reactor.
Right,
like
it's the Japanese one.
It's horrible.
And the best part is, like, it was looking kind of good. They had him kind of in the dark, and it was
Right.
looking kind of cool. And then they do a thing where they hit him with a nuclear weapon, and he's got these, like, red stripes, and it looks so bad. And I was like, take my money. I can't wait to see this thing.
It's
All right.
Looks awesome.
well, they have like
not
they
a-
have his tail like go over like some power lines. It's awful,
okay.
but it's bad awful. It is. I'm
it's
like
awful.
I was waiting for Spenguli to pop up saying, "Oh, that's Godzilla," but
How great is that game?
I think
Can
I
we
just
get
saw
that
him
game?
the other day driving a cab.
Hey, speaking of horror stuff,
Driving an
Fear the
Uber.
Walking Dead got renewed for a third
Yes.
season. Did you guys watch the first episode?
Of course it
of
did.
season 2? Oh, it's awesome.
Free money for AMC.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like just
Printing.
more Walking
Printing.
Dead, more Walking Dead.
we're
Yeah,
we're
but
gonna
if
do
people aren't
Jaws,
watching it-
but we're gonna do Walking,
Walking
Dead.
Dead Jaws.
if people aren't watching it, they have plenty of other things to put in there.
Well, you
They
know
could
this,
just launch another Walking Dead
this
series.
whole Negan thing is just fueling them. It's gonna fuel them for like 10 years.
Anybody
until they
watching
figure it out.
Fear? It's awesome, right?
But you're not watching 30 Rock.
How dare you with the 30 Rock?
Where's
thing?
Coach? Did Coach show up?
What about the TV show Coach?
Coach,
Love
Ooh,
that show.
That was
How
good.
about
That was a great
How about
finale.
the Family Fang? Did you guys watch the trailer for that?
I did.
You're not going to like it.
Wait, what movie?
The Family Fang, Christopher Walken's in it.
I didn't see it.
It's Jason Bateman and Nicole Kidman, who Nicole Kidman
If it's just
must
you,
be
you
a
can think about
vampire. She is
gotta know.
sucking the blood of somebody to look like she's 19. I swear to God, in this, did you look at her?
No.
Oh man, you know what? It would be
She
great if
does
that
not-
movie had Justine
She's like
Bateman.
my age, and she looks like she's like 19. It's weird.
She hasn't aged
She's a
in 5
vampire.
years because it's all.
Jason Bateman looks like crap, like me.
Well-
So,
Yo, you wish Jason Bateman looked like
No,
you.
I don't mean-
Or you looked like Jason Bateman.
no, I'm not saying that. I
Get
mean,
out of here.
He looks like, you know, he
Set
might
your
have gotten
sights a
hit
little
by
bit lower.
He got
Brian-
hit by a
maybe
truck.
Maybe in
Bryan
50
Cran-
years when
maybe
Jason
Bryan
Bateman
Cranston.
is like run over outside. and
Well, kind of.
You're Jason
Looks
Bateman
like
who
Jack
let
Nicholson.
himself go
Yes.
into a train.
Yes. But I'm just saying, he looks like he's gotten older,
I look,
and
Jason Bateman looks like
right.
me.
she
I'm
looks
sorry.
like
I'm
she's
done.
like a new young actress. I'm going, what? She
See-
is. She's a succubus.
She could be.
Well, it's just like people are saying, like, look at Patrick Stewart. I mean, God, he's looked the same for 40
He's a
years.
vampire too.
Well, he looked 70, 20. Like when he was
That's what guys
Picard,
watch
he
the
looked
Green
70.
Or even look at Keanu Reeves.
Or the
Keanu
Red
Reeves
Band
has
for
changed.
Green Room. You watch
Yeah.
the Red Band?
So I
Holy
talked about
cow.
this. I talked about this last week.
And I
Yes.
didn't watch it. I
Correct.
watched it. When
Yeah.
this girl's on the ground and she's got a knife in her head, and they're like, "Oh, it's fake. There's no blood." And you see the guy, you rip the knife out, and then blood goes over. They all start screaming. I'm like, I'm so in on this.
He rips
that
it
movie
out.
looks amazing. That is
It
not
does.
one for my parents.
Actually, this was a different trailer than the one I watched.
it was so good.
The one I
What
watched
movie?
Green
was
Room.
more of them fighting.
Green Room?
This one
Patrick-
was
Sir
more
Patrick
Green Room,
Stewart,
yeah.
yeah.
Patrick Stewart's in
It's-
it.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, you do, man. It's awesome. Kingsman 2, there was news this week. It got a name. I don't remember if we got a name.
The
That-
Golden
that was-
Compass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but Channing Tatum is
The
joined-
Golden Compass.
The Golden Compass.
Hey.
Channing Tatum is in it, and someone else was in it. Who is it? Oh, Elton John got a part in it. And, of course, he's got to play Elton John or the Pinball Wizard. I'm not sure which.
Ooh, if he had the big high platforms,
big
that would be
shoes.
awesome. That would be fantastic.
Yes.
So, what English guy are they going to get now that they killed Michael Caine?
Well,
What's the next guy?
Well, not Michael Caine, but what's his face might be back.
No, they're talking about him
Oh,
being
he's
back.
definitely back.
He's
In
back.
The
They did a spoiler
picture
poster.
Had the poster. It had the glasses, and it said, sometimes
No,
you're
but
not dead
Michael
or
Caine,
something.
they need the
Yeah, they need somebody.
token English guy. Who's that going to be? John Hurt? I don't know. Who are they going to bring
Oh,
in?
John Hurt would be awesome in that. John Cleese.
John Cleese.
Michael Palin.
Michael Palin.
Well,
That'd be
speaking of Kingsman, though, also Taron Egerton, who is the star of
Yeah.
Kingsman,
Eggsby,
is
or
rumored
Eggsy.
to be the next James Bond.
No, that's an April
That's an
Fool's
April
joke.
Fool's joke.
You
We
are a
talked about that
sucker.
earlier.
You are falling for everything.
No,
Yes.
it's not.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I saw that article last week.
It's still
Exactly.
sitting around.
Right.
Yeah.
Things float around
Yes.
a little. It is an April Fool's joke.
We
that
did. Fell
for it.
Yes.
Played on you.
We played on you. No, we talked about
it's
it.
not
so.
true.
Because Rob
I'm
goes,
looking this up right now.
Rob goes, we're not
because-
going to talk about April Fool's joke. I go, hey, Taron Egerton's going to be James Bond. He gave me the evil stink eye, and that was it.
Because
That's
he's
right.
also
Hey,
doing.
did you-
That's all I give is the
You were
evil
talking
stink
about the
eye.
MTV
Yeah.
clips. How about the Suicide Squad one? They showed the full-length one. Did you see that?
Yeah.
They
Which
showed.
one is this? There's so many.
The
They
one with
should-
Margot Robbie putting her clothes on.
I didn't see this.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
No, it's more and better and gooder.
More better and
Well,
good.
not just because of that, but I'm just saying like it's a little. They showed what they could show on TV, and then they
Right.
expanded it. Did
you
they
see
showed
that
more
thing?
Joker? Yeah, I don't care. I think Leto's going to be great.
Jay Leno is the Joker.
Jared
They
Leto.
showed. How funny would that be? That'd be the worst.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Oh yeah,
But-
I'm the Joker. Yeah.
yeah. I was there.
They said
Got
that
a
if
car.
you watch carefully in the preview when they're in the prison yard, if you look in the picture, I saw this on Twitter. Somebody zoomed in on the picture. You can see her Harlequin outfit is on the ground. That clown costume is
Right.
on the ground. So we might actually be getting that in the movie. That's pretty awesome.
Well, the part of the trailer is she's changing and everybody's watching, and they're like, "What are you doing?" It's like she's oblivious, so she doesn't care.
Everybody, including you. All right, what else?
And
do we
don't
have?
lie.
For Suicide Squad, Jay Courtrai, the Captain Boomerang, commented about the reshoots for Suicide Squad, saying
Yeah, it's
they're
called
not-
Spin.
Yeah. He said it was not about it, but that doesn't make any sense.
Well,
because-
yeah,
not to-
because they said they were going back to film stuff to make it more lighthearted. Because the actual previews of it, when people saw, they did like a test screening,
Yeah.
and the reaction was, you know how it's like kind of funny and like quirky and that in the trailer? They said all the funny and quirky moments in the film are in the trailer literally. They said all that fun with the music and the weight, like the stuff that you're going, oh, this movie looks awesome. Not there. It's a dark, unfun film. So they've said they're going back to film stuff. Then they started getting bad press for that, like, uh-oh, DC's in trouble. So your guy came out and said, no, that's not really happening. That is totally happening. What are they?
We're not making this like Deadpool.
Yeah, please.
Exactly.
Please.
It'll still be good. I think it'll still
I
be good.
totally want to see it. It looks awesome. But not if all the good stuff is that 3-minute trailer.
Yeah. Will Smith is Deadshot. I'm sorry.
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah. I loved him in Independence
That's what
Day.
I call close encounter. Richard Dreyfuss shows up. It'd be great.
I have a
Wait, we
trailer.
didn't
blow
talk
him
about
up.
the Family Fang. So the Family Fang, did you watch the trailer, you guys?
No.
No. That's why we're not talking about it.
Watch it. It's really good. And Christopher Walken's in it. It's kind of a quirky, like Martha and I are going to be totally down with this.
He doesn't need makeup to play a vampire.
But he's not a vampire. It's about a family where Christopher Walken, and I don't remember who the wife is, they are artists. And they do these
B.
like
Arthur?
performance art things, and they use their kids in them, where they fake deaths and they do stuff. So now they're older, and the parents have retired from all this, and the kids are traumatized by it. And Jason Bateman's their son, and Nicole Kidman's their daughter.
My.
And-
Again
Hey.
with Jason Bateman.
This
He's
is-
like, and I should have been
no,
cast.
that's why we're talking
instead,
about it.
'cause-
But they go,
Is
they,
Tootie in this?
they get killed, and
Wow.
the parents get killed, and then the police are talking to Jason Bateman and Nicole Kidman, and they're going, so
Nobody
do you
knows
know
what's
anything
going on.
about this? And they're like, they're not dead. This is all a setup. And Jason Bateman's like, well, and she's going, please, it's totally a setup. So now the movie is about them trying to uncover this, whether it's fake or not.
They're
It's,
trying to find the
it
parents.
Hold on.
looks really good.
So, are we supposed to believe? Are they brother sister or husband wife?
Who?
Nicole Kidman and Jason
Brother
Bateman.
sister.
Okay.
Brother sister. She looks like she's 19. Did I mention that?
Yes, many times.
Ben Affleck is directing and starring in a standalone Batman movie.
Didn't that come out a long time ago?
Yeah, is that news?
No.
It like hit
No,
the
it
internet.
was.
It was all over.
It was now news before it was just
Officially.
rumors.
Oh, it was rumors. Now it's
Officially.
official.
Even though he already wrote a script and all this kind of
And,
stuff.
and even though
He started
wouldn't have
production
signed
already,
the
so-
contract if he didn't have that in it. Please.
Yeah, it's garbage.
More X-Men Avengers rumblings out there. I'm telling you, where there's smoke, there's fire. It's going to happen. What else do we have? Look, I got a whole page. Spike has put, the show, the movie The Mist? We've talked about how it was going to pilot. Spike just put it to series. They didn't even bother with like what we're going to try out. Like before it was completed, they just said it's a series. Killing Joke got rated R. That we
There's
knew,
a trailer
right?
for it also.
I didn't see the
DC
trailer.
animated.
Yeah.
It's an animated trailer.
I think
okay.
those they get right. Cumberbatch is voicing the Grinch. The
I can
people
see
have
that.
spoken.
No, a person spoke. I don't know about the people.
Illumination.
Somebody was very upset with that.
Illumination Studios, who
Do
did
not like Jim Carrey as the Grinch.
who did but it's an animated one. It's Illumination Studios who did they did Peanuts and they did what was the other one? The Lorax. They're doing the Grinch. All right. Trey Parker is going to be doing a voice. See how I'm rolling through these now? He's doing a voice in Despicable Me 3.
The villain.
How do they
Correct.
not use Trey Parker until now? I mean, he's fantastic. He does all these great things.
Yeah,
he's
he
one of
does.
them that you would think they'd be using in these animated movies. I think that's a
Why don't they
natural
have
fit.
Seth do one? Seth MacFarlane. That would be
Or Seth Godin.
Seth.
He's already done enough.
Let's see.
do
Tales
you-
from the Crypt is officially happening. We knew that. I think M. Night Shyamalan.
Without
Ding
the
Dong-
Crypt Keeper, though.
No, wrong. They have now announced that it is the Crypt Keeper is going to be bookending
Hey,
them.
better.
And it's going to be on
Slap 'em.
TNT. TNT is creating a horror block. So there are other shows with that one being kind of the anchor.
They could bring back Freddy's Nightmares.
Please. I'd be down with that.
terrible.
Do it right, man. That one and the Friday the 13th
Sven
one.
Gulli's going to have legs.
Friday
He
the
can do
13th,
it.
this series.
Bring it back and then finish it off with Up
How about
All Night.
Alien versus Predator? Up all
Did you
night.
see the trailer for
USA
Birth of a Nation?
All
All
night.
night.
Say that again.
Make
Trailer
7
for
up
Birth of a
yours.
Nation.
Birth of a Nation. Yeah, did you guys see that trailer?
I missed all
Anybody
these
see the
trailers.
trailer for Birth of a Nation?
It
No?
honestly
All right.
it looks really, really good.
The movie looks great. It is not a remake of that original. Anyone ever see the original Birth of a Nation? That is a hard watch because halfway through, it becomes propaganda for the Ku Klux Klan. Nobody wants to watch that. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's somebody, but I don't know. Some Klan member. No, I'm kidding.
most
This is not
uninformed
about the Ku
news show
Klux
ever.
Where
Klan.
did this show go? Like,
This is not about the Ku Klux Klan. This is about. This is like it looks
This is
like,
by
kinda like a
ISIS.
color
I'm looking
photo.
around like-
It looks really good. It looks really good, but it is not the Birth of the Nation, not the D.W. Griffith film. So I just wanted to bring that up. You thought it looked good, though, right?
I really liked it.
Edward seal of approval. What else do we have?
Yeah, no chance. Did we-
Disney is making another live-action movie of an animated film.
What's new?
Peter Pan.
Well, they're making a live action film of a cartoon that was made from a live action film.
Let's
from
take
play.
a vote right here.
From a
This
book.
is like on Twitter. You know how we do the polls on Twitter?
Yes.
Let's
From-
take a vote
from
right
then
now.
a Johnny
Does
Depp movie
anybody
to
want
a-
to see Peter Pan again?
To a Scorsese movie.
Raise your
from
hand if you do.
Spielberg.
We just
No.
saw Pan.
That's a homeschool fail.
We just saw.
Nate Parker is the director of Birth of a Nation.
May Parker?
Nate
I was
Parker.
going to say.
Aunt
Aunt
May.
May is amazing.
Sally Field, Aunt May, or the other Aunt
No,
May?
man.
Nate
Sally
Parker.
Field
Aunt B?
is
Nate
gone.
Aunt B?
Parker.
Aunt B.
Aunt B.
Oh, Andy.
Oh, we're going to make a Klan movie for Andy. Ooh. All right.
Oh my god. I'm
the
out.
worst.
Dropping the mic
Here's
here.
the worst trailer I saw. all
And
week.
you got work like that.
I saw
just
bad
wanna know.
ones. Here's the worst one. Did you guys see the trailer for 9 Lives?
I saw I
is
saw
that
an
Kevin
earlier
Spacey?
trailer of this.
Is that where
few
he's a cat?
months ago, and it was an awful trailer.
This is
Wait, is that the Kevin Spacey cat movie?
Kevin Spacey playing a cat, Christopher Walken reprising his role from Remote Control. That one, remember the one with Adam Sandler where he got the remote and he like rewound his life?
Click.
Click.
Remote Control was a game show on MTV.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris Hardwick.
Yeah,
right?
he's
No,
like,
that was Adam Sandler.
he's that
No,
character.
remote control.
Yeah,
No,
it was-
Chris Hardwick wasn't on that.
Which show was he
Colin
on?
Quinn was on it. Colin Quinn was on it.
He was on it for a
but
little
it was
while.
a different guy.
It was the other guy, and then it was Chris Hardwick after that first guy
Oh,
left.
was
I
it?
think. I
No,
think
Chris
so.
Hardwick was on Talk Soup.
No,
Yeah, he
Joe
was.
McHale was on Talk Soup.
Chris
Oh,
Hardwick
before
was.
that, too, I think.
Yeah. How dare you?
I don't know what's going on anymore.
What else do we have?
Is it 8 o'clock yet?
No, I got to run through. I got only like 2 more
Hey,
things.
Jack Earl Haley.
Jackie Earl Haley.
Freddy's Nightmares. I just said it.
He's going to be in Dark Tower.
He's going to be in Dark Tower.
Yeah.
He is officially in The Tick also, and he's
Yeah.
the bad guy in Preacher, which is going to be awesome. 21 Jump Street and Men in Black sequel combination film is happening. It got a
That
name this
is
week.
awesome.
MIB 23.
MIB 23.
So is
What's
Michael
the name?
Jordan going to be in it? That's all that
MIB
matters.
23.
He will.
Did you guys see?
have to.
Did you guys see
Oh,
the
singled out.
logo for it? As bad as this is, the logo is worse.
I had no.
I don't think this is bad. I think this is going to be great. I think Sony's
I
going to.
think it's going to be awesome, but I think it's going to be awesome. It could be awesome bad. We'll see. I want it to happen, but that logo was terrible.
It was never. It's a remote control.
Right. It's singled out.
Yeah,
It's the
Ken
other show.
Over.
You're right. Singled out.
Colin Quinn and then John 10 and 8.
He did singled out. I retract my previous statement. But he was never in Talk Soup.
See, Adam Sandler. I
All
knew
right.
He was on there.
He was in Web Soup. He was never in Talk Soup.
Spider-Man got an official name.
Homecoming.
Homecoming. The logo looks like
Coming
crap,
home.
but I'm okay with it. I'm excited for it.
Coming home.
I hated.
We're
I
going to
hated
get Motley
that
Crue to
logo.
do
Tell
the
the
theme.
world.
Did you like the logo?
I was okay with it.
I thought it was lame. I thought it was lame. The interesting thing though is Feige has said now that this is happening, it looks like some Marvel characters from the MCU might appear in that.
Yeah, and Downey has already been rumored to be in it.
That's great. Let it happen.
Maybe just blows them up and it's end.
Sony, back up the truck.
Never.
Start paying.
Well, that's why he'll do it because it'll be a different company bringing him in.
Oh, yeah.
One.
I mean, like what's his name in Superman? Remember how he got paid like $5 million just to have his finger in the thing when he was putting it, or his hand in?
Was it Brando?
Yeah, Brando.
Yeah.
In the second one, it's his hand is the only thing that appears, and he got like $5 million for it.
That was a bigger steal than Sean Connery in Highlander. I mean, Brando did the first, scene in Superman. He made a crap load of money back in
Or
77.
Jack Nicholson, every Batman sequel he's made money off of.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They don't know officially on the Nolan ones. There's no rumor, but the first 4, he got money off of all those.
Wow. How about you, Edward? You look like you got to say something.
The trailer for Bye Bye Man. I
Bye
talked
Bye
about
Man.
this last week.
Blink
yeah,
Man?
I watched it. Did you guys watch Bye Bye Man?
No.
Yeah.
Of course they didn't.
Terrible.
You don't think it's going to be good at all?
No, it's going to be terrible. In a world where you say bye-bye and a guy shows up. That's what it sounds like. The
It
trailer
is.
has that voice, that
Candyman?
in a world voice. It's bad news. No, it's not Bye Bye Birdie. A Bye Bye Birdie serial killer movie would be really interesting. He shows up and they
would be
think he's
Kevin
a big
Costner,
celebrity.
the Flying
and he starts
Elvises.
killing people in town. That would be a movie. What was that?
Okay.
Yes.
Would Kevin Costner and
Did we finish? Is this everything?
Bruce Campbell be in
Yes.
it?
This is
Jumanji
everything.
remake, The Rock and Kevin Hart. I'm not
So
going to
what
watch
about
it.
what about when J.J. Abrams did an interview about Rey and said Rey's parents weren't in the first Star Wars and people went nuts? And then
Oh,
he
I
had to
didn't read that.
No, so he did some interview and said, "Well, Rey's parents aren't in the first movie," and people went nuts. And then he had to retract because, well, she didn't meet her parents in the first movie. So.
What?
Well, so J.J. Abrams was doing an interview, and they were talking about Rey.
And he
goes,
said that her parents are not in the movie.
they're not in the first movie, but then the next day he had to retract that because his
And he
parents.
said
aren't-
she didn't meet the parents.
Yes.
That means she's not related to Leia. That means she's not Luke's daughter. Well, she can't. She met
Right.
him.
But that's so.
Although
that's
it wasn't a formal meeting. She just held a lightsaber out.
right.
And he said, "You couldn't bring the hand?" Thank you.
Too soon.
All right. Is that it? Is that it?
Oh, my God. It's
Please.
terrible jokes tonight.
Welcome to
Well, I guess what's different than every
Welcome
other
to
night?
This Week
Hey.
in Geek. All right, that's it. We are done. Thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you, Blue Box. That was it for This Week in Geek.